Let me ask you something. Have you ever introduced a new kitten to your cat, only to have your older cat act like a bully? Maybe they hiss, swat, or even growl at the poor kitten, and you're left wondering, why is my cat being so mean? Well, you're not alone. It's actually a pretty common issue when introducing a new kitten to a household with an older cat. But here's the good news. This behavior can be understood, managed, and corrected. In this video, we're going to explore why your cat might be bullying the new kitten. And more importantly, how you can help both your cat and kitten get along. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to create a harmonious household where both your cat and kitten can feel safe and loved. As someone who's had cats for more than 10 years, I've seen my fair share of challenges when introducing new kittens to the family. And let me tell you, it's not always as cute and cuddly as the movies make it seem. I've had some kittens that were accepted right away, and then I've had others who were practically treated like intruders. Let me tell you about the first time I brought a new kitten into my home and the chaos that followed. It all started when I adopted a small kitten named Jasper. I already had Felix, my beloved adult cat, who had been my companion for a few years. Felix was the king of the house. He had his favorite spots, his routine, and his place on the couch next to me. So when I brought Jasper in, I didn't think too much about how Felix would react. I thought, they'll probably be fine, Felix is a sweet cat. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. The first meeting between Felix and Jasper was, to put it mildly, a disaster. Felix immediately started hissing, his fur standing on end, and even swatting at the poor little kitten. Jasper, being so small and scared, ran to hide in a corner. I was heartbroken, thinking, oh no, I've just ruined their lives. But I soon realized that Felix's behavior wasn't out of pure malice, it was driven by instinct and territoriality. Let me explain. 1. Cats are territorial creatures. The first thing to understand about why your cat might be bullying the new kitten is that cats are territorial animals. They see their home as their domain, and they don't like it when something or someone new comes in and disrupts their sense of ownership. Felix had been the only cat in the house for a few years, and he was used to having all my attention. When Jasper arrived, Felix saw him as an intruder, a threat to his territory and his routine. This is completely normal behavior for a cat. In the wild, cats are solitary animals and they tend to be very protective of their space. When you bring a new kitten into the household, it can feel like an invasion of that space. Felix's bullying behavior was just his way of trying to assert his dominance and maintain control over his environment. He wasn't being a bad cat, he was just being instinctively territorial. The solution to this problem is to give both your cat and the kitten space to adjust to each other. At first, I kept Felix and Jasper separated, giving Felix a safe space where he could retreat to when he felt overwhelmed. I also made sure that Felix still had his favorite spots and routine, so he didn't feel like everything had been taken away from him. Gradually, I allowed them to spend time together, but always under supervision. So Felix didn't feel like his territory was being threatened too. Jealousy and competing for attention. Another reason why your cat might be bullying the new kitten is jealousy. Cats, like humans, can feel jealousy when they perceive that they're no longer the center of attention. When I first brought Jasper in, I noticed that Felix was becoming more clingy, following me around and trying to get my attention whenever I was near the kitten. He would even start meowing loudly, trying to remind me that he was still there. Felix was used to being the only one who received affection from me. So the arrival of Jasper meant that Felix had to share my attention. This made him feel insecure and jealous. His bullying behavior toward the kitten was a way of expressing his frustration over the perceived competition for my love and attention. If your cat is bullying the new kitten out of jealousy, the key is to make sure you're still spending quality one-on-one time with your cat. This was a major turning point with Felix. I made sure to spend time with him every day, even if it was just a few minutes of quiet petting or playtime. I also kept their routines as consistent as possible, so Felix didn't feel like everything in his world had changed. Another thing that helped was to reward Felix with treats and praise when he showed calm behavior around Jasper. By reinforcing positive behavior, Felix began to learn that being nice to the kitten wasn't going to take away my love, it was going to get him rewarded. 3. Fear and anxiety. It's also important to note that some bullying behavior can stem from fear or anxiety. Jasper, being a small kitten, was naturally more timid and unsure of his surroundings. And for Felix, a lot of his aggression toward the kitten was rooted in fear. He was intimidated by Jasper's high energy and curiosity, which triggered his defensive instincts. Cats, especially those that have been the only pet for a while, can feel stressed or threatened by a new arrival, even if that new pet is just a tiny kitten. Felix's bullying behavior was not just a sign of territorial dominance, it was also a sign that he was feeling anxious about the new kitten and the changes in his life. To help Felix cope with his fear, I created a calm environment for both him and Jasper. I made sure there were plenty of spaces for Felix to hide and feel safe, while also giving Jasper a place where he could explore without feeling overwhelmed. Slowly, as Felix began to see that the kitten wasn't a threat, he started to relax. He learned to share the space, and eventually, he and Jasper started to play together, something I thought would never happen. 4. Gradual introductions. The most important thing I learned when introducing a new kitten to my older cat was to take things slow. As excited as I was for Felix and Jasper to get along, I had to remind myself that they needed time to adjust to each other. I didn't want to force them into interactions too soon, as this could lead to more stress and potentially more bullying behavior. I started by allowing them to observe each other from a distance. Felix could see Jasper through a baby gate, and I let them get used to each other's scent without any direct contact. This gave Felix time to process the new addition to the family without feeling cornered. After a few days, I allowed them to meet face to face, but only under supervision and for short periods of time. Gradual introductions. Help your cat and kitten adjust at their own pace. Don't rush the process. Cats need time to feel comfortable with each other, and forcing them into close contact before they're ready can lead to more tension and aggression. 5. Positive reinforcement for good behavior. Positive reinforcement is one of the most effective tools when managing bullying behavior. Whenever Felix showed calm or positive behavior around Jasper, I immediately rewarded him with treats, praise, and affection. I made sure to catch him being good and let him know that nice behavior toward the kitten was going to be rewarded. In the beginning, it was important to reward small progress. When Felix didn't hiss or swat at Jasper, I praised him for being calm. Over time, these positive interactions helped reinforce that being gentle with the kitten was more rewarding than bullying him. Positive reinforcement not only helps your cat associate the new kitten with good things, but also strengthens your bond with your cat. It reminds them that they don't need to act out to get attention. Positive behavior will earn them love and rewards. So, there you have it, why your cat might be bullying the new kitten and how you can help them adjust. Remember, bullying behavior is usually a sign of insecurity, jealousy, fear, or territorial instincts. By giving your cat space, spending quality time with them, and using gradual introductions and positive reinforcement, you can help both your cat and kitten develop a strong, peaceful relationship. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, share it with other cat lovers, and leave a comment letting me know how your cat is adjusting to your new kitten. And don't go anywhere just yet. If you're curious about the science behind cat bullying behavior, make sure to check out my next video, The Science Behind Cat Bullying Behavior. You won't want to miss it. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of your fur ball, and remember, cats rule the world.